Be a little quiet for a sec. Hello, everybody from Vaudeville, and we are playing Tinykin. Yay! As I was saying earlier before I hit record, I love this game. I have not played it on a stream, but I played through it all the way once, and then I saw that they got a really cool update where they added like challenge races, and so I decided to play through it again. I got through like maybe an hour and then thought, no, this is wrong. This is all wrong. I need to stream it. I'm the streamy boy. That's what I do. That's my life now. And I've been saying that I was going to stream this for a very long time, so yeah, the day has finally come where I will do just that. So let's hop into it. New game. Now, what's this game about?
My beautiful planet, shining with life, the home planet of humanity, according to what they teach in school. Nowadays, I'm the one teaching. I'm Maladan, an archaeologist and researcher in the most prestigious university in the world, and this is Nevis, my assistant. I've studied relics, artifacts, and fossils, and my conclusion is clear. Humans do not originate from Aegis, but somewhere else. Our true home planet awaits us, far beyond the stars. During my research, I came across an ancient signal, clearly of human origin, emanating from a nearby galaxy. Since that discovery, I've been preparing to go and meet the originator of the signal. We've explored each planet from pole to pole, and now we found it. It's decided. Nevis and I will go to this mysterious planet to uncover the secret of humanity's origins.
You get all that? Vital signs. Okay. Equipment damaged. Oh, is that my cool dog? Origin unknown. Age undetermined. Antenna absent. Mandibles atrophied. Hello there, Inkum. Welcome. We are playing Tinykin. Oh yeah, this is because yeah, this is what you get with like the update. Hold on, I will switch it to something more appropriate. The actual outfit. Yeah, so by the way, that intro, they get like that nice voice acting with that really snarky voice that the guy gives them. Utterly useless. I do not think that actor or this character speaks again, except for like little grunts in the game. But they put it in anyways. They did it for you, so be considerate, you fucking... This game costs $30. Hey you're finally awake. You came out of nowhere. I was worried you might never wake up. I was about to empty you out and make you into a little backpack. You seem to be okay. Sorry, I've never met anyone of your species. Do you need orientation? Are you from the Orient? I've set up something to help you find your way and get used to your equipment. Do feel free to have a look, okay? All right, I'll leave you some time to get your bearings. I'll see you a bit further ahead. Whee! So, it's Tinykin because you're tiny and a kin. You're kinning. You are a kinship. Yeah, so do I have everything? No, I don't. We have to start from the absolute beginning. Okay, so you're an archaeologist trying to figure out where the original human beings came from, and you landed in either it's Earth. Ooh. Weak. You love those? You love those little cutscenes? I do. You're still alive? I mean, wait, the Tinykins are following you? How? They normally wander around the house and ignore everyone, but they seem to like you. Tinykin have fascinating capabilities. I may have finally found someone who can use them. For example, pink Tinykin are the strongest. They can push or carry objects. Together they can carry even the heaviest of objects, your ass. That'll come in handy. Follow me. Clip clop your fat ass cheeks over here. The second I get on stream, I'm just the most obnoxious little shits. It's been a while. I'm happy to be back. Oh, camera. Never mind. I'm not happy to be back. My camera fucks up. You see this? You see it? If you throw your pink Tinykin at it, they can probably move it and unblock the passage. Maybe. I just throw a Tinykin at it and it goes splat and he's like, oh no! Oopsies! My research has shown me that an object of great importance was locked under the Great Staircase, but there's no way in. Looks pretty neat. Oh wow, it's in 3D. Yeah. This, the visuals, this like visual design is so cool. I don't know how complicated it is or how deceptively easy it is to make a game that looks like this, where you have these 3D model sets where the models don't necessarily have like super high resolution textures or lighting. In fact, the lighting is very like cartoony, kind of flat in ways. I mean, there are shadows and everything, but you get what I mean. They're not trying to be hyper realistic here. But all the characters are 2D and they follow the screen like the sprites in Doom. And yet it looks good. You know, you can kind of divorce yourself from these two different styles matching together. It doesn't look awkward. I wonder how difficult it is to do this on a technical level, because my brain is going back to how 2D objects work in something like Blender. And I'm just thinking, oh, this is probably a lot easier than working with 3D. But there I go again, I have no idea how this works. However it does though, it's cool. It looks so good, I love it. That's probably the biggest thing that I take away from Tinykin, is that it looks really great. And then I want more games to look like it. There was a game that came out before Tinykin. I didn't even realize it came out beforehand, and it was called Here Comes Nico. Not a very long game, nor is it a very hard game, nor is it a very interesting game, but I love it and it's very cute. And I do recommend Here Comes Nico. It was produced by the guys who made A Hat in Time. It's not nearly as long as A Hat in Time, though. 30? Oh, I got it. And it, too, has a style like this. 3D world, 2D sprites walking around in it. I've animated a little bit. I've animated quite a bit, actually. I do side gigs where I do 2D animation for people. Trying to make it full-time, but boy, I mean, animation's a competitive industry. Also, no, not yet. Right now, I'm experimenting a lot with model rigging with Toon Boom technology. I'm trying to see how good I can get with that. That's sort of an extension of how you animate in 3D, which I've also done a bit of that. But eventually, I may give myself a nice project to experiment with 2D sprites in like a 3D background. You know what I should really do first and foremost, is I should make a background in 3D. Because I've designed backgrounds for comics before, or rather, I shouldn't keep saying backgrounds. I've designed rooms using Blender, but just for the sake of making shots for the comic book I'm working on. Oh, by the way, I'm Ridme. Oh, okay. We'll make a great team. Milo Dane, right? Come on in, I'll explain everything. Oh, what are you? Are you a moth? You're a moth, aren't you? Yeah, because so often people, you know what? I take it back. I think this has to be complicated to make, isn't it? Because most people, when they do cartoony graphics like this, they just make it a side scroller. Surely putting it in 3D makes it more difficult. Welcome to my humble abode, Milo Dane. You see that schematic on the wall? Once upon a time, a being known as Ardwin lived in this house. Wise and good, many consider him as a deity. I think he was more of a sage. Well, I think he was more of a god. How about that? S. Ardwin? Are you sure it wasn't Sardine and they put the W in there? That is the dumbest. That's the biggest stretch. I believe this schematic was drawn up by Ardwin himself in order to assemble a machine that could go beyond the house. I spent my whole life trying to find the components, and thanks to you, we have managed to collect one already. Lucky for, and by that I mean it's my life has been one day, so we gotta move fast. I'm old because the sun is setting. How's voice acting going so far? I applied for a radio thing today, actually. And yesterday I applied for a couple more things. This month has been all about like getting gigs. I need a little extra cash. So far so good though. I have had some successful gigs and got paid for them too. I managed to locate the 5 others. However, getting them won't be that easy. Your transportation device is damaged, and you need to go home, don't you? In that case, you have no choice than to help me. Oh, I have some friends to introduce you to. Prattle, the Ardwin Museum creator. My name is Ralph. Prattle loves to prattle on, so we call him Prattle. A real never-ending pit of knowledge, that Prattle. And Sakaru, the nectar brewer, who travels mountains and valleys. You should go and talk to them at some point. The house is big and you'll get tired walking around. I wasn't able to save your soap board, but I found a replacement. Here, take it. Ooh. It's literally a bar of soap, yay! You can use it to slide wherever you want and get around a lot faster. It takes a little practice, but I'm sure you'll love it. Hold X to slide around with your soap board. Try it out to see how it works. I'll see you up top. Rid me on that manipulator mess right now. Oh, wait. Oh, you were talking about videos and channels. Yeah. We have another blind up thing that I'm editing. It'll be done by the end of this month. So yeah, that's been going great. Oh, I almost forgot. You see this adorable furball? He's one of my assistants. Step on him. Go on. It's my thing. It's his thing too, I promise. They're not very talkative, but very diligent. Use your soap board to slide along their silk strings and join me. See, one thing I really love about this game is that it gives you so much at once, but I really don't feel like it overloads you, you know? Like, it gives you the ability to move quickly, it gives you a nice hover. It's like a lot of older platformers would take forever to give you that. Ah, I see you're fully operational. Come with me, I know where we should start looking. The second component we need to find is a banner located in the city of Sanctar. This way, Milo Dane. Go through here as soon as you're ready. Thief, vermin, the collection, bring it back. What did you do to the artifacts, villain? Wait, it wasn't you, was it? No, indeed, you're too small. Welcome to the Ardwin Museum. I'm the curator, Mr. Prattle. Oh, coming to you is a mistake. Unfortunately, our establishment has suffered an odious and villainous attack. Most of our collection has vanished. The Dynast guards are looking into it, but you know how it is. I need all the help I can get. Bring me back the artifacts in good condition, and I will offer you the greatest reward. My knowledge. Oh, well, that's okay. No. Is there anything up here to worry about? I don't think so. Hello. Oh, so you're Milo. Welcome to the most distinguished brewery in the whole house. It is also the only brewery in the whole house. Since everyone started gorging themselves on that nasty, cheap doomiz, the art of distilling nectar has been lost, and people are content with whatever junk they can get their hands on. Your eyes glimmer with interest. You wish to help? In each room, I'll be there to collect the pollen you find and use it to make the most resplendent vintages. Okay, I'm done talking to you now. There's supposed to be bees here. Did I fuck up? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. If I change my outfit, does that do something? No, it doesn't. How come the challenges aren't here? Well, that kind of stinks. Is it they sent me all the way back to 0 and didn't give me New Game Plus? I mean, the game's not super long. I guess I could just beat it again, but that's kind of stinky. Like, where'd it go? This voice acting's top tier, thank you. Here is the entrance to Sanctar, a place of sacred pilgrimage dedicated to the great Ardwin. I see, you made it a mess on purpose? The banner belongs to a pious shield bug named Solaria. This object is very important to her, and she won't give it up easily. I have a spare key to Sanctar, obtained through totally legitimate means. Here! Pretty good. I'm counting on you, and I can't wait to see all the things you'll do with the Tinykin. He said it. I mean, he said it already. He said it again. All right, so. Now, I remember when this game came out, what a lot of people were saying is, oh, this is like Pikmin, and it is. In fact, I think the creator themselves even said like, oh yeah, we really love Pikmin and wanted to do something like it. I will argue that it's very different from Pikmin though. Oh, hey Wub. Can't chat much, but wouldn't mind listening to you while playing a spooky game. All right, yeah, you be my guest. Yeah, Tinykin is the opposite of spooky, so hopefully I'll give you a little relief. Yeah, I'd say, and like in this level I can really make that clear, this game is a lot more of a 3D platformer collect-a-thon than it is a Pikmin game. Pikmin's like an RTS. This involves a lot of platforming and a lot of like ingenuity in platforming, like the kind of mentality. But okay, these guys are talking. To be back in Sanctar! Congratulations, companions! The expedition has borne fruit! What a haul! So many unknown objects and this strange relic. By Ardwin, I feel that... That's the... Yeah, it's slightly higher. That's all I got. By Ardwin, I feel that it's what we need to complete our quest! Hard to say, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. It is indeed about time we solve the mystery of the catalyst echoing through our minds. Oh yeah, they all hear a noise. They hear like a little buzzing sound, but only this species can hear it? Generations upon generations of shield bugs and Ardwin himself are counting on us! The Solaris voice is distinct Ash. Ooh. I need some coffee. Yeah, the cameo in the Spyro vid. You know what's funny about that? And this is not me like assuming things, but I thought the timing was so perfect. In my first Rayman video, in my first Rayman stream that I did, where I did Rayman 2, I think like some of you were maybe there for that. I briefly mentioned how he was working on that video, and people were saying like, oh, he's gonna have cameos in it. I said something like, you know, oh yeah, well, I'm not gonna be in it, but I don't really care because I don't make videos anymore, so it's fine, like who cares? He's gonna have like way bigger names than me, so that'll be cool. It'll make sense. Right after that stream happened, I got a message from Caddy where he said, hey man, do you want to be in the video? So I almost wonder, like, was he watching that stream? Or was someone that Caddy knows watching that stream? If so, that's hilarious and very sweet. Just throwing me a bone. I genuinely didn't mind. But I also love that little cameo. I should release the full video. The video I shot for him was like probably 10 seconds long. He told me to make something shorter, like, you know, one day. I already filmed like maybe, yeah, I already filmed like a 10-second whatever. And then I messaged him and was like, how long should this be? And he said like, oh, you know, 1 to 2. But I'm like, fuck. I'll release the whole thing eventually though. It's not much. It's just like, it's just the whole bit. He took like a little excerpt from it. Strange, isn't it? This mystery, oh wait, who the fuck is talking? Is it you? Strange, isn't it? This mystery resists all attempts to solve it. Any help you can offer will be appreciated. Speaking of mysteries, our missions have just discovered something. A large, round relic. Go take a look. If you miss it, you must be blind. Actually, I think he's supposed to be the lower voice because he was in orange. Yeah, whatever. Convincing Solari to give up the banner will not be an easy task. It seems that the Sanctine shield bugs want to broadcast Ardwin's canticle to make it accessible to everyone. But how? Oh, they want to play the disc. They call it a canticle. Something tells me this large circle is the key. Also, I wonder why the little shield bug nearby is so excited. I don't know about excited. They look pretty sad, actually. Kadikaris. Yeah, no, he's a lovely guy. You know what's weird though? I've been so busy with a bunch of other shit, I've not even watched the video. My boyfriend wanted to see my part, so he skipped around until he found it. So I've only seen my bit, but I've yet to watch the whole thing. It's like 3 hours, so I haven't gotten to it yet. Why won't adults listen to me? Why don't adults ever listen to me? Fuck you! Fuck you! This relic must be carried to the cupboard up there. The relic and the poster have the same picture. I do it myself, but I'm too small. You can use the pink Tinykin, right? Throw a few of them on the relic. They'll take care of it. You see that guy? We like to beat him up for fun. You see that little guy? I like to beat him up for fun. Oh, so yes, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, Rigby. But look at this. Look at how fucking cool this is. If you're gonna you can actually compare Tinykin to lots of things. It reminds me of Banjo-Kazooie for sure, because there's a lot of like collectathon elements. It reminds me of Katamari Damacy because of the like smallness, but it also reminds me of Chibi Robo. It's probably closer to Chibi Robo because you're not picking shit up. Have you seen my daughter Melody? I came to pick her up because she didn't show up for dinner. She's usually around here keeping this old piano in tune. But she should have been home by now. I'm really starting to get nervous. I have to stay here in case she shows up. Is it possible that someone knows something about her disappearance? There's a restaurant not far away, the Felix. Maybe they saw something there. Wow, cool. I'm going this way. Goodbye. Yeah, this game isn't remarkably long, but it makes up for it with a lot of story. Also, did you see this trick? Ooh, oh yeah, baby! One thing I love about this game, and it did take some practice, even there I kind of fucked up, but the control in this game is so precise and so fun that even when you make like minor fuck-ups, you really can just regain that control. And the time challenges, which unfortunately I don't see them here. I kind of wanted to show them off, but I guess it's fine. The time trials require you moving around here super duper fast, which gets you a really good sense of these environments and how to get around them as efficiently as possible, which just tickles all of my nerve endings, just absolutely erupts them. Ooh. Hi, little friend. Oh! He was happy to die. He wanted it. He was asking for it. What the? Oh! Oh, wait, gee. Ah. Oh, wait, does this make noise? Oh, wait, it does! Wait, I don't know if you guys can hear this. Listen. That's a little, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a noisemaker. It's a sort of musical instrument. That's so fun. Whenever they put musical instruments in games, I always love when they let you, like, make tiny songs. You know, my time playing Klonoa, and I hated the controls so viciously that it just ruined the whole experience. With that in mind, and my love for Tinykin's really tight control scheme, I feel like that kind of stuff really matters to me. But in the other direction, I wonder how little that matters to others. I'm thinking back to, if anyone's ever watched Zero Punctuation. He's a game reviewer. He's been doing game reviews for like more than 10 years now. Actually, it's probably coming up on 20 years at this point, jeepers. But one of his favorite games he always talks about is Silent Hill 2. Lots of people love Silent Hill 2, but he was one of the earliest critics that said like, oh, it's the best thing ever. You gotta go look at it, this and that. It even got me super interested in Silent Hill. But one thing he does acknowledge about Silent Hill 2, and you all should probably know before you play Silent Hill 2, is that the controls and the camera and the combat are a gigantic fucking mess, and they're really goddamn awkward. It makes it sort of a slog to play sometimes when you're trying to like get from room to room and you're sort of like fighting the camera. But I would argue it's not too bad, and it's like learnable if you let yourself learn it, but for the most part, it's tough. It's tough. I'll agree with that. But in Yahtzee's case, he says that the bad controls sort of add to the experience, which is such an interesting excuse. Like, I would just say, oh yeah, it's an old game. It's got dated controls. If it was in modern day, it'd have better controls. But it's interesting to say how dated design like that actually works in the game's favor. And I almost wonder if there is some validity to it. So, because like I said before, Silent Hill 2, and really my favorite is Silent Hill 3, but they both play the same. These control schemes are learnable, very learnable. And I don't think I'd really like a Silent Hill game if it didn't have the fixed camera perspective. But then again, fixed camera angles are not what I'm talking about when I say clunky combat. The problem with like Silent Hill games is that they have the Resident Evil thing where you shuffle around with tank controls, and you need to like hold down a button to go into combat mode, and then like awkwardly swing, and the like wind up to it is not great. And And like the shooting is not great because it doesn't exactly lock on as reliably as you'd want it to. It's like there's just a lot of like nagging issues you don't notice until you've played it long enough. Or actually, I guess you would notice it first, and the longer you play it, the more these issues just start to stack up. But what people like to argue is that in horror games like this, when they control weirdly, it adds to the scare. It makes it a scarier game because you're struggling to move around. And that part, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. Most old games have shit controls and cameras. It's true. It's true. It's true. Like I was saying before, dated. Interesting thing, the game I'm playing might have some inspiration from Silent Hill. Ooh, I should play it then. Nothing about enemies messing with your mind, but the cutscenes are trippy. What's the game called? I may want to look that up. The argument that if the game came out today, it would have better controls doesn't make sense to me. Ooh. There are old games with good controls by today's standard. So, let me think on that. I will say that controls and control schemes, cameras, etc., are influenced by the design flaws of the past. Although, I see what you're saying. That doesn't mean that a modern game is naturally gonna have a good camera. Certainly not. I mean, there's bad games in the modern era. Nothing is certain in that way. More so what I mean is that Silent Hill, like the very first one that came out on the PS1, was influenced by Resident Evil, I think, which was influenced by Alone in the Dark. And I'll say this much. Silent Hill and Resident Evil have kind of awkward controls and shooting, but they're way better than Alone in the Dark. The Alone in the Dark is actual frustration incarnate. It's like my worst nightmare when it comes to controls. Dreadful. It sucks. But Resident Evil's better. And I think that's what I'm talking about. Resident Evil was modern controls. It learned from the mistakes of the past and did Alone in the Dark, but better, way better. And for that reason, most people don't even recommend you play Alone in the Dark, but they do recommend you play Resident Evil. So that's more what I mean. Like, Silent Hill has awkward controls and awkward shooting, but I still recommend it. It doesn't worsen the game. But if I were to, or they were to, make a Silent Hill game nowadays, I'd want them to at least clean up the combat. Maybe take some notes from games like Eternal Darkness. I remember really liking the combat in that. It was weird back then, and because now it's dated, the controls are now just bad. So now, Signalis. It's a top-down survival horror game where you're a female android stuck in a seemingly abandoned outpost on a frozen planet. I know of that game. Oh, that's right. There was, there's YouTube vids where they have the game's like music put over like sad pictures from the game. Yeah. I'm thinking of getting that. Money's tight right now, though. I'm looking for more like commission work. If I can afford to play Signalis, I may stream it, maybe. If it's got like an interesting story I could get into, then yeah, probably. I've been wrestling with the idea of doing the game Valhalla, where you play as a bartender. Just because I like the idea of those very story-heavy type games that I can voice act over. For the longest time, I was considering doing Pyre, and I even did one stream of Pyre, but I don't know, it became a little intimidating, voicing so many characters, and Pyre is pretty damn long, so I decided against it. Actually, speaking of voice acting. I've seen it! In there, at the bottom of the big closet, a monster! Gigantic, covered with hair! Wicked eyes, deadly fangs, ready to tear me to pieces! But how are you still able to stand there talking about it if your monster is all that terrible? I managed to escape through a gap and block the entrance. Oh, sorry, I opened that up. I was talking about, video games. You think I'm going to buy that? We need someone neutral. You, with the weird hair. Hey, could you bring us back some evidence? Fangs, some hair, or a drawing? Proof that you would show that there is really something in there? Otherwise, Dovey won't ever shut up about it. I know, you could... What? You should go to Instagret. Am I reading that right? Instagrette? You should go see Instagrette. She's a popular aunt around here. She has a device that could help us.
Okay. Where are you? I can't find you. Where'd you go? Oh, fuck. Are you up the ladder? I'm only getting higher. God damn it. Up! Now I'm just lost. Are you through here? Oh, no. Oh, I can't find you. Oh, time to drink from my big bottle. Oh, fuck. Oh, Instagretti.
This is my imager. This is my imager. Thank you. You press the button, you stand in front of the big eye, and poof, it creates an image of what it sees. It's a bit heavy, but my followers help me move it around. I have at least one image of me in every room. Oh, Instagretta. Instagretta. Her name's Instagretta. Okay. Very, very cute. Very cute. Very fucking cute. These ants are asking for a lot. Yeah, you know, they're not really giving me anything for this. They're just kind of like, hey, can you pick this shit up? Thanks. Solo plays top-down shooter is quite a fun concept. Highly recommended. Even the story hooked me. Gives you a lot of Ghost in the Shell vibe. I bought my girlfriend the same camera for Christmas. Ooh, did she like it? That is an old-fashioned camera. Was it pricey? I guess you don't need to discuss price really, but stuff like that, like older fashioned cameras like that, sometimes really run you just because of their design. Hooray! Okay, so this part right here is how you begin the race for the racing time trial. What I was saying before about how the time trial gets you a sense of how to move around these worlds. This area right here, I can only go through it by doing this now, because that helps me get up there quicker. And then you would go along here. Yeah, this whole section, I haven't even gotten the, well, I mean, I reset my save, so I guess I need to do it all over again. Fuck! But my save file before, I got like the silver medal, I never got the gold. Each medal that you get in the time trial gets you more outfits, which is a very good incentive for me, because I love costumes in video games. That Spider-Man video game, I really love it, but I think the thing that hooked me the most was just getting all the stupid costumes. So people really hated on that Spider-Man game, being all like, oh, it's not as good as the GameCube one. It is so much better than the GameCube one, you stupid fucks. It's like, certain aspects of the web swing are automated, yes, but it still gives you a lot of liberty and freedom to swing how you want. At whatever rate. I did not press the button I thought I'd press. Yeah. That Spider-Man game is way better. When I turn on Spider-Man for the GameCube, I like the swinging, sure, but the game itself is so fucking empty and boring. It's an older game. It was a lovely game when it came out. In fact, it was one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. It has not aged great, and that's okay. I get this way because I've seen like more than probably 5 different people that either like reviewers that I like or just folks I've just had conversations with still say that Spider-Man for the PS4 is not as good as Spider-Man 2. And I'm just like, I disagree. I disagree, Gary. I just do. I can't see it. Oh, $150. Damn, son. I mean, it was a gift. It was a Christmas gift. You put down that money. Goddamn. Well, good. I'm glad you liked it too. Hope she's taking fat photos. Actually, they would be fat photos. They're gonna be Polaroids. Things are massive. I still have a couple of Polaroids. My mom had a couple of those disposable cameras back in the 90s. So I have really, really old pictures of me as like a dumpy little baby in the 90s. I was born in like 94, so I have zero memory of the 90s. I like to think of myself as a 2000s kid, really. Because the things I'm nostalgic for are like, it's not Ren and Stimpy, it's not fucking, Batman the Animated Series, even though I do know of that series, and I do like it. I'm watching it nowadays is the thing. Things I'm nostalgic for are like Danny Phantom and, goddamn, SpongeBob, Ed, Ed, and Eddy, yeah. That is not a 90s show though, not at all. It came out in like 2001. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, just like not the usual suspects when people say 90s shows. Oh, really? 11 years since you did emulation. Really? That is a while. Well, how you liking it? Over the time, I almost lost hope because of the cease and Decentio Thanos snap most emulations. Vim's Lair, baby. They brought it back. Vim's Lair. They are heroes, and I say they because I'm pretty sure it's a couple people working on it, and they all go by they them pronouns. Someone knocking on my door. Wait, shit. If I get murdered, I love you all. I'm back. I wasn't murdered. I don't know what I did. I guess they're knocking upstairs. Curse you! Shut the fuck up! I'm filming! Anyway, yeah. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, Vim's Lair. Vim's Lair is very cool. They don't have absolutely every game, but boy howdy do they have most of them. Ed and Eddy 1999. Oh yeah, the most 90s the most 90s cartoon ever because it took so long for the 90s to come to Canada. Oh boy. I love Ed and Eddy so much. I'm flashing back to my own joke because I'm a narcissist. I was like, the most 90s show to ever be invented. Yeah, 99 though. It's I guess you could say that Ed and Eddy is the most 90s show because it was the end of the decade, so it kind of encompassed all of the 90s cliches, I guess? Really, to me, Ed and Eddy, much like Courage the Cowardly Dog, kind of lives in a bubble. Like, I don't associate it with any particular decade. It doesn't adopt any tropes that are of the time. Like shit like, my gym partner's a monkey or some shit. It doesn't feel like any kind of show. It's almost as if, like, they just live in a void known as the cul-de-sac. And I say this fully knowing that there are edgelords that made their edgy Ed, Edd n Eddy subplots where they were dead the whole time, and the cul-de-sac is like some weird purgatory, and that Jimmy died of like anemia or something, so that's why he's white. And Rolf came from like the 1500s, and that's why he talks really weird. It's like, look, I respect the creativity that goes into that stupid theory, but I remember at the time just like hearing that whole spiel and being like, this should not be real because it just ruins all the fun of Ed, Edd n Eddy. It just makes it incredibly edgy for no reason. Is the scream shuttering? Oh no! Ah! Hang on, I can wait. I can wait. In fact, actually, I will pause. Great! I love that I can pause my recording. It makes me feel so less awkward. Yes, okay, so where shit cut out, I was talking about Ed, Edd n Eddy and the edgelord theory. Have you guys ever heard of that where like all the Eds were dead the whole time? I want to say that there were other like game theories of, oh, such and such was dead the whole time, but the only one I can remember is Ed, Edd n Eddy, where Jimmy died of anemia and that's why he's all pale, and Rolf was born in like the 1500s and that's why he talks weird, and like Eddie was from the 1940s or something, and he grew up during the Great Depression, so that's why he's so greedy and wants money all the time. And Ed was born in like a Neanderthal village in like 200 AD or something. It's like some of these have comedical edges to them, but the main point was just to be edgy, just to be like, you know, oh yeah, they're all dead and their souls are spiraling in a never-ending purgatory that is the cul-de-sac where they repeat their greatest sins of like, you know, being greedy and being freaking stupid like Ed. And I remembered as a kid reading this online and being like, this is stupid. I hate this. It's not really the worst thing ever in hindsight, but it's definitely not what you should be doing with an Ed, Edd n Eddy plot. I think yes, no, never mind. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's really take this one in, okay? Hold on. Gotta turn the music up a little bit more so that we can appreciate the things we have. Turn it up even more. By the way, how well can you guys hear the background music? Is it too loud, too quiet? I noticed the Tinykin is just naturally a little bit quiet, I think because they're going for chill. All right. Yeah, but fuck. Oh. Well, that's what happens when you step in water. You die. I can hear you just fine. All right, great. There's a theory that Link is dead in Majora's Mask. Oh yeah, I heard of that. That during the opening, he falls down that pit and he just like cracks his neck and dies, and the rest is like a nightmare. Or like his final thoughts as he dies. I mean, yeah, see, that's what kills me about these you were dead the whole time thing, is that they don't, no matter how the story pans out, it's not a good ending. It's just, okay, you did all of this stuff and then you died because you died at the beginning of the story. It's like, yeah, it's a depressing ending, but that's not exactly what bothers me. It's a bummer because it's not very clever, you know? It's like, it's too easy. It's too like, you know, oh my God, can you believe that they are dead? And it's like, well, I suppose. Kind of came out of nowhere. If you wrote the story around them being dead the entire time, maybe hinted at it. Maybe it was a part of the theming, like about learning to carry on Black Parade style. That'd be something. That'd be more than what these theories are, you know? To be honest, I've never really been a fan of the theories this dark. Most people interpret the artist's intentions as something deep, when in reality it's likely the author had the wouldn't it be funny moment. Yeah, it's like, you know, like Ed, Edd n Eddy's a funny show. You know, they have kind of a like trashy, junky sense of humor, just because that's the sort of people that they are. But it's not meant to be like that deep, you know? And that was a lesson that I had to learn as a writer too, is that it is the type of story that you are writing. What type of story are you going for? Because there's not exactly a wrong way to write unless you are going for a specific type of story. You know, are you going for a romantic comedy? Are you going for something with a little more fluff? Do you want something really deep? Do you want like a horror movie with something really deep? Or do you want a horror story that's like a little bit funny? Like Nightmare Before Christmas is a pretty funny cartoon, but it has a lot of like kind of scary stuff in it. So, you know, best of both worlds. But you need to understand how that's going to feel, how your story is meant to function. You know, what's the kind of story you're telling, basically? And don't get so hung up on all these like little things. Like, what are you trying to do? A funny story? An action-y story? Because then you can fall back on that when you're getting lost in the creating process. You can remind yourself like, oh, right, this is a story with like, that's built around cool fights. So this conflict going on should result in a fight. Now, how you write that in a way that's not hacky is up to your writing skill level. You get better at that over time. But understanding the thread of your genre, it's great. It's a safety net. You can always go back to it. This is an action story. Use action to tell the story, you know? This is a comedy. Use comedy to tell the story. Hot Fuzz. Everybody says it's like the best movie ever. It's action and comedy. So it uses action scenes comedically. It's great. It's great. Knew exactly what they were going for. Now see, this is why I think of it as Banjo-Kazooie, because you do little weird tasks like this, and then you get your jiggy, as it were. Except it's pollen in this case. Everything goes back to pollen. And pollen is used for one particular upgrade. It increases your hover. And the hover lets you get around to places more efficiently. It's like one basic upgrade, but it's kind of brilliant. Because allowing you to just like float further in a game where you're trying to climb up all the time is indescribably useful. There's so much potential for just being able to float longer distances. And you'll see once I get the hover upgrade. I can actually show you. Have you ever played Resident Evil 8? Yes, I love Resident Evil 8. Very fun. A lot of critics were really, critical about it. And I will say this much, it's not something that's gonna really like turn the needle on gaming, but I love it. It's pulpy, it was fun. I was really getting into all the little environments, the little creativity that went into all the different characters. I was vibing with it a lot. Have you played all of Resident Evil 8? Can I talk spoilers or I did a stream of all my playthrough of Resident Evil 8. I did not stream me going around Lady D's castle. I streamed myself specifically going through the dollhouse and onward. But you can check out all of those on my my archive channel. Hell yeah, hell yeah. The fucking the Lady D's castle, I was already exposed to like all the memes. So going into that, I thought like, okay, let's get into Resident Evil. Let's like run around the castle and stuff. And then the moment she just like straight up dies, and I was like, oh, okay, this goes on much longer than I thought it would, or at least goes in a direction I wasn't expecting. Then you go into the dollhouse, and I was like, fuck, this is horrifying. I hate all of this. This is like terrifying liminal space shit. And then the baby shows up and just, oh God. I mean, it's all documented. It's all right there. Looking back on the footage, it almost seems like I'm playing it up. I was not. That shit fucking fucked me up. I didn't like it. It made me scared. I think what it was I was really, I really bought all the tension that they built in the dollhouse section of Resident Evil 8. And that tension was effective against me. I know some people that have said like, oh, the baby's not scary, the baby's funny. I guess so. I just got really into the atmosphere. So when I was absorbed by the atmosphere, that was it. I was done. I bought it. I totally wanted to see where things were going. A lot of other critics I notice are very dismissive of most of the game because it's not as scary as 7, it seems. So most people are keen to compare. To me, I thought it was fun. I didn't necessarily find all of it scary, especially not the back half of the game. The back half became a lot more action-y, but I thought the action was fun too. When it's not being scary, it's being pulpy. So that much I appreciated out of Resident Evil 8. Oh, yeah. I think that there's a game where it makes sense, because Ethan just patches himself up with liquid and stuff. It didn't make much sense narratively speaking until the plot twist. The baby messed me up for a few days too. Yes! Ethan being dead the whole time, but in the sense that he was like a sort of pseudo-zombie, is so interesting, but there certainly are aspects of it that make it a little unbelievable, too. Because it's like, why didn't they do any more, like, scenes besides gameplay that showed him, maybe rotting? Or just some other world-building aspect of the mold, the, like, magic evil mold that was in that game in the last game. Like, they could have just done a lot more with it. Hold on a sec. Phew, I'm used to dealing with this old piano. It normally goes out of tune over time, but this happened overnight. Stupido. Is that, oh wait, Supido? Whatever. It was this weird gold coin. It was tangled in the strings. I tried to pull it out, but I got stuck. Thanks for getting me out of there. Don't worry, I know the way out. I'll leave you the golden coin. You might figure out what to do with it. Also, I do still, in spite of that, I do still like the twist with Ethan. Because it's almost like a question that a gamer would ask themselves jokingly, like, how come Ethan can just patch himself up with goo and nothing happens from it? Video game logic. And just kind of throwing that back in their faces like, ooh, it was part of the plot the whole time. Suck my penis. But also, I want to posit a little game theory of my own that maybe it should have happened at like the midway, and then there were game mechanics related to him being able to survive. It was sort of like a last minute addition so that Ethan would die in like a cool heroic way. And I will say this much. Ethan, a lot of people will have like their problems with Ethan. I totally get it. That actor, I think, is better with serious roles, and he was given a lot of weird, pulpy things to say, a lot of weird, corny shit that I do not think he was comfortable with. In spite of that, I loved him, and he had the best ending line ever when he said goodbye to his daughter, because the whole game is about finding her. his delivery on that final line, I think, was great. Honestly, I thought it was wonderful. I think he really nailed it. So good job to that actor. I felt like the most invested in his acting, for better or for worse, because sometimes it wouldn't land, sometimes it would. So it sort of came off as like weirdly endearing, like, oh, poor Ethan. This guy with his corny dialogue trying to look really tough in this unbelievably weird situation he's in. And all he wants is to just see his daughter. He has like such a mundane desire. He just wants to see his fucking family, and he's being like beaten up by fish monsters and giant vampire ladies and a huge baby monster that was just a figment of his imagination. Ethan just comes off like a giant nerd, and I love that. But I think people wanted him to be cool. The acting was pretty great. Yeah, I liked it because he was uncool, you know? The taverns in the... What was the voice I gave you? The taverns in the house serve a flavorless sludge, brewed with whatever they find. So hear me out. The pollen around here, it sings. One only needs to brew it to the beat. Listen, I'll harmonize the mix as long as you bring me the pollen balls from all across Sanctar. You managed to collect all the pollen I needed for Sanctar. Here, take this. Ridme told me you might find a use for this substance. It's ready. Another bottle for my collection. Yay! Hey, why you falling asleep, asshole? All right. Ooh, you got mail. How's that over there? I didn't even know if the jumping makes me go faster. I just like doing it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yay! Thanks for the letters, dude. Okay. The button, I know where that goes. Oh, wait, do I have enough for you? Yeah, baby! That's what I'm all about. That's what I've been waiting for. Woo! Hello, you. Hello, you. Hello. Oh, hello, you. I love you. I love you. Hey, would you get over here? Hey, you, would you get over here already? Huh? Where's the tuning for? Oh, where's it? Hey, would you get over? When I can't think of a thing to say, my brain completely turns off and I just become so obnoxious. Let's see. Okay, how do I get up there though? Gotta be... Okay. Yay! Yay! Yeah, okay, give me a minute. How do I get up there? Oh, right. It's, right, yes. You see, this game makes you... It, like, makes you want to move around it. You know, like it gives you all this little shit, all this like, you know, all these locales you can go to. Camera's zoomed out perfectly so that you can see everything. And when you see these little things of pollen, first of all, they look great, like the gems in Spyro. And so when you see them from a distance, you're like, oh, I want it, I want that. And it makes you just go like, how do I get up there? How do I get high? And this kind of map design with like no UI that's blocking anything it makes you just do shit like look around, like, oh man, the pollen, how do I get there on the edge? Maybe I can throw a bomb to climb up. Oh wait, no, because I saw the platforms on the side of the building as I was coming into this building. So, see what I'm talking about. Over here, I was literally looking at these platforms when I was lower down there. It's like, maybe it sounds like the most obvious shit when I explain it that way, but this kind of stuff is not obvious when you're making a video game. It's good, what's the word? Conveyance. It's good at conveying, its mechanics and its intentions through the design. UI is something I would later learn about, as I would get more and more into my design school. Where UI, if anyone doesn't exactly know what UI means, it means user interface. So things like the hub in a video game, how like usually, like you see how I pick up pollen and a little thing comes up on screen, but then it goes away immediately afterwards. It doesn't stay there. And then hold on a sec. As soon as that goes away. Oh, okay. There's been that little save icon. That pops up every now and then just to be like, hey, you're saving. But it's not there all the time, you know? Oh, yes! Oh. That is not what I thought it would do. Whatever, though. You know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna do it that way. I think I can get there a different way, but I'm not going to. Like the name change, I've changed my name slightly myself. Biggie Bozo. Hello! Ooh, yeah, I changed it to Dratty. Actually, funny story about that. I changed it to Dratty finally. I've been thinking about it for a while. I even brought it up on stream. But oh no, I'm out of bombs. Aw, bullshit. Oh, never mind, here we are. Yeah, I changed it to Dratty because Caddy was asking me, hey, I'm naming everybody in the credits. So what is, what's like a handle that you have, and what's your, what's like the name that you go by? And at first I told him, well, it's still Dradex. But then I went back on it and was like, actually, nobody knows how to write Dradex, so just call me Dratty. And he lolled and then did it. Actually, I think Caddy linked to my Twitter, which I literally don't use anymore. So, kind of pointless, but thanks. Thanks, Caddy, all the same. I remember telling him to link to my YouTube. I'm pretty sure he didn't, though. I think, like, the only thing he did with everybody was just link to their Twitters. So I guess that was just what they were doing, but I'm using my Twitter less and less these days. Are you playing Tinykin again? Yes, but this time I'm not just playing the demo. This time I'm playing the game in earnest, the full thing. Yeah, actually, now that you bring that up, I remember that I did a demo of this. See, that was, yet again, this game is so good at presenting itself. That demo was a good demo. I remember thinking like, wow, this game is like really cool. I definitely want to play this when this finally comes out. That's how you do it, dude. I know that certain developers don't want to do that. They want to have very hands-off demos where people from the company will play the demo just so they can make sure it doesn't break or they don't look like gigantic fools when they're trying to show off fucking Battlefront 10 or whatever they're selling nowadays, Star Wars. But a demo has and will always be the best way to present your game. Just let somebody play it. Now, I do understand not having a demo. I want that pollen. That's why I'm looking around, just so you know. I understand not having a demo for like PC or whatever. They sometimes do. They sometimes have demos sitting on stores, and those people are the good people. But I understand why you don't always do that, and you save demos for like E3 or conventions, because in that case, if something fucks up, you will have a developer nearby to be like, oh, hold on, and they hopefully will have like some kind of workaround, because they should have a decent grip on how the game works and what a bug could mean. Or at the very least, they can just help you reset the game if it fucks up. If a demo fucks up on your computer, it could, and this is mostly for computers, but a demo could fuck up just because your computer is very specifically made, and it's not like optimized for bugs that could be on your computer. Like, you could have a totally separate operating system that would mess shit up. So there's that. There's a lot of reasons to not release a demo for every single game, but that doesn't change the fact that demos are the best way to get someone to understand what your game is about in every respect. Anyway, that's my whole spiel. It's been a while. How's the stream going? Stream is going wonderful. I'm so glad I'm finally playing Tinykin for the stream. I played through this entire game and I loved it. It was the type of game that made me disregard my work and just go into a trance and just play it for hours and hours and days. I would like turn off the soundtrack and just turn on like reviews and podcasts and shit like that and just have a wonderful chill time playing it. And then I would do a bunch of streams and never stream this game because I'm a hack. So yeah, I'm finally doing it. Finally here. My Christmas was lovely. Chris Farley is the Joker. Good old Chris. I did notice it was a chubby Joker. Yeah, did everyone... I noticed there's at least 7 people in here, I think. So, how was everyone's Christmas, lads? Ooh. Get anything cool? I got a lovely pocket watch. Or not wristwatch. I also lost brain cells, so I forgot what a watch is. But yes. Yeah, my Christmas was lovely. Boyfriend came over to visit. And we watched Nightmare Before Christmas among like many others. I saw The Lighthouse, the one with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. The current flow, it's a bit jerry-rigged. I'll have to find an alternative to put in the meantime. I think you should try to help my colleague, hey? I see a mustache and, you know, I just go to town. The thing on your Tinykin is carrying looks an awful like the button that I'm looking for. If you plan to insert it into the slot, we warn you that I have already patented the idea.
There's a cavity in the machine. It's missing some sort of big round piece. I've been trying to decipher the symbols of the cryptic machine for a while, but there's no point finishing it if we don't have the missing piece.
Ooh, I don't need it.
Let's go. Dude, I'm so fucking smart. I'm so fucking smart at Tinykin. Holy shit. Okay.
Carry me, my Tinykin.
This was pretty boring until a friend gifted me Freedom Planet 2 out of nowhere. Aw, hell yeah. I got Bullet Train on Blu-ray. Bullet Train. What's that movie about? I wasn't planning on getting it anytime soon, but I highly recommend it. Yeah. Freedom Planet, like, I struggle to vibe with the gameplay of Freedom Planet, the first one. I only have the first one. But I love the corny-ass, funny and adorable story of Freedom Planet. I mostly want to play through the whole game and get good at the combat just to experience the story. It is so adorable. Yay!
Don't drop my controller, shit. How is this possible? Ardwin's Cantus! It resounds throughout Sandcart! Even the ants can hear it! Now the voice of the creator can be heard, studied by all! Did Ardwin himself send you? As a reward for your efforts for the good of all Sanctar, Milo Dane, I grant you my most precious treasure.
And then he just like rips off his front shell with his face on it. You can see like his underbelly. He just hands it to him, and his body's like shaking. Please take this! I don't want it, it's covered in bug blood. Please! Oh. It's a flag. Flag. Oh, wait, we needed the flag, didn't we? Yeah, Rid Me needs it.
My banner! Handed down since the ancient times! Carry it proudly, friend, as a servant of Ardwin!
Yay, I'm a servant now. Bullet Train's a new Brad Pitt movie about a hired assassin who ends up on a bullet train with a bunch of assassins hunting him down. I do love me a good train movie. I should look that up. I am a big lover of trains, and that is unconditional love. I have unconditional love for trains because I recently was on a train that got held up because a separate train got derailed and I got stuck burning in the sun for about 5 hours before we got on a bus and had to drive all the way across South Dakota so that I could sit on another bus. This is also in the middle of summer. It was like 100 degrees outside. And we waited on that bus for another like 7 hours before they got the rest of us from the same bus. They had one bus that they were carrying across all of South Dakota. And I mean all of South Dakota. We were on one side, we drove to the other. Everyone was on the train. And then we finally left at like 8 p.m. And I loved it. It was fun. It was amazing how much of a shit show that was. I called up my boyfriend. I texted like all my friends and I'm like, this is hilarious. This is Garbo, but this is hilarious.
Well done, Milo Dane. I'm very impressed. Fuck you, Rid Me. I actually was impressed.
Oh, I'm sorry. No one's ever been nice to me before.
Let's go inside this tunnel leading to,
Tristle?
Yeah, Tristle, and add this component to the machine without further ado.
Christmas was nice. I got a can of air to blow out my auxiliary ports. I got the soundtrack for Sonic Frontiers for the month before. Oh, nice. Oh, I also got an air fryer. That has been so helpful. I use that air fryer literally every day for my potatoes. Super great invention. They do get pricey though. I'd say like fucking force a friend to gift it to you, or if you live with a bunch of people, put money together. I believe the one that my parents got it for me, I think it was close to like $100. So they get expensive, and I was very, very grateful. It was the kind of gift where when I knew the price, I was like, I felt kind of shitty about it. Have I seen The Batman yet? Yes, I love it. I've seen it 5 times.
Congratulations, Milo Dane. We have a funny little flag on it now. You've added a new component to the great Ardwin machine. By the way, I know someone who...
I just realized what this sounds like.
Oh, Mr. Squidward. By the way, I know someone who might be able to help us on our ongoing quest. My old friend Sinkaru the brewer. My old friend Sinkaru the breeder.
Milo Dane, there you are. Ridney told me you use soap bubbles to glide. We already talked, you asshole. Don't be like this. During the distillation process, I collect soap bubbles from the foam. I don't generally use it, but this time I kept some aside for you. Call it a welcoming present. So, each time you come by with enough pollen for a new vintage, I'll give you some more soap. Why do I give him that voice? I still don't know.
When you come here, the tank in your suit was completely empty, but these bubbles should help fill it. If all goes as planned, you should be able to glide for longer. The big funnel is big fun in the Filiana Heights in the heart of Mantris territory.
Oh, the Joker scene? Yeah, there's a Joker scene that was deleted from the Batman, and then the Joker was put at like the end as a little, fun clip. I thought that the Joker scene, the deleted one from the Batman, was interesting as a deleted scene. Though if it was included in the movie, I don't know. I don't think it would have really added much. I'm kind of against superhero movies where they put like a million villains in there, because developing all of them can be kind of a pain. Even Enter the Spider-Verse, which has like a big cast, they didn't really need to develop a lot of those villains. They only really developed the most important ones. Including the Joker just kind of feels like one of those fanboy kind of things, and I believe that's why they deleted it. I like it as a deleted scene though, because it was a good scene. It was a good scene. I liked it. And the guy who was acting as the Joker did I think a pretty good job.
We can make our way there by going through Sanctar. I'll see you there.
Really, what I was most interested in was just the Joker. Oh, there you are, you assholes.
I'm Mark, fastest,
I'm
Mark, the fastest hornet in the house, an extra card pilot for the
I was about to say Cerulean.
Celerion's black team. I had enough of sitting inside a car, so I invented a whole new sport, the Swift Hornets. The Swift Hornets, yeah. The rules are simple. Start at the starting line, then race through the aero bubbles until you reach the finish line. You seem like a capable fellow. Fast, too. Even if you could be more aerodynamic, I need someone to help me clear the courses and try them out. The plan is to have one in each area of the house. A great race, which I'll handle, and a small one, handled by...
Dash! I'm Dash, the second fastest hornet in the house. Come see me and try getting the best time in my races.
If you get good enough times in the small or great races, you can win medals and outfits.
And then my eyes just like grow fucking bigger.
Did you say outfits? You get those tucked to the designer Ledgerfold here in
Tristle. That's still not easy for me to say. Yeah, so this is Tristle. When you get gold medals, you can give them to them. And then you have a section with outfits. And now I'm going to put on this one because it's cute. I have ears.
Yay, 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 yay.
I'm talking about the deleted scene, and the ending scene from the Batman is the one where he talks to the Riddler. The deleted scene is where Batman talks to the Joker when he's in jail, and he has like a melty face.
Only those wearing an ancient talisman can freely take this path to Foliana. The Mantises really aren't messing around when it comes to security. No, not to worry. I haven't been sitting around while you were helping the shield bugs. Here's one just for you.
New folks have arrived in Tristle Hornets. I just talked to them. Rumors even say fashion. Clothed kin.
The Mantis tribe is not always very welcoming. Get the big funnel in the Foliana Heights will not be easy. Last news I had, it was in the possession of a mantis named Off-Rocker.
That's a slur.
We can always try to negotiate.
Yes.
Bruh.
This game looks so great.
You shall not pass.
What?
You shall not pass! One of the shadow creatures' tools have been located and quarantined. These awful, invisible monsters creeping in the shadows, watching us, manipulating us. First step, stop their spies. The suspicious tools have been chained to the bars for inspection, and I will tell you nothing about where I hid the key in the bottom of the big vivarium.
Thanks for telling me, loser. Thanks for telling me, loser. Aw. They're so cute. Look at them. Nice. So these guys work like that. They build you a ladder so that you can get up to higher places. And you can throw them. In order to, I think you can like build them up into ladders long distance, which can help you in specific areas. They can also make, no, they can't make bridges. There's a different Tinykin that makes bridges. There's quite a few of these, so yeah. But these ones I find the most helpful. Because when you get them, the more of them that you get, the easier it is to get around. Oh. Damn it. It's just like the higher you can get. Get me up inside. Goddamn, look at all this shit. See, this is the height of creativity, where you take all these like mundane household objects and make like a little city out of it. Look at this, look at how cute this is. Little candles up. I just realized that that's an old-fashioned bottle opener. Or well, maybe people still use it to this day. But yeah, now it's used as a little bubbler.
Milo, this place, it's heaven and hell. Mantis can show a streak of genius when it comes to growing rare plants with a powerful, smooth, and sweet pulp. Exactly what I need to brew the best nectar in all of the house, without the shadow of a doubt. But they also have quite an aptitude for more toxic plants too. They're toxic, I tell you. Have no fear. Any brewer worth their salt knows how to separate good pollen from bad. It's my job. I need 900. Bring it to me, but most importantly, don't taste any on the way. I'll give you a little something in exchange.
Telling me not to eat? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, I'd have to say probably my favorite of these. My favorite is certainly not this one. I think my favorite might be, there's a, you know what? There's a section with a racetrack, and I believe that's gotta be my favorite. Oh, so you like this? You go into a cramped area and it's fixed camera. Well done. Good idea. Oh, well, you're not crashing into walls all the time. I think it was, oh, wait, how do I, that's it, yeah. I believe Super Mario Sunshine did something similar too. If you get into hyper-specific areas, they just make the camera a fixed camera so that you aren't constantly smashing into walls like this when you spin around. It's good. It's good ingenuity. It's the type of thing in platform games that you need to keep in mind of.
Books, the magical book. The more you eat, the more you hook.
The more you eat, the more you took.
The more you took, the little I feel. Don't take my meals.
Don't take my... Nah, this ain't working. trying to rhyme on the fly is hell on earth, especially when you're not a musician. Knowing the few musicians that I do, they are remarkably good at making good rhymes. They've done it so much that they barely have to think about it. I suppose that is just how a skill is developed. The more you look, the more you cook, the more you... I mean, first of all, it's eating a book. How many books have you eaten in your life? Actually, here's a big question. Can you eat a book and not die? Like, because the real question here is, can you eat a shitload of paper with ink on it and not die? I'm gonna say no, because I don't think you can eat a large quantity of ink without dying. Or maybe dying is a little harsh, but it's not good for you to eat all that ink. I remember when I was a child trying to eat like a piece of paper because I was a dumbass kid, but it was colored paper, and the colored paper made me want to frickin', not necessarily vom, but I did not like it, and my tongue turned black because it was black colored paper. I burned my ass, but it was worth it. Okay. So the philosophy of this game, the gameplay philosophy, is just up. Like, if you're gonna play this game and play it right, you gotta go up. Just go up. Make it easier for you to get up, and then just keep going up until you're at the ceiling. On your way up, you will find shit. Like so. Oh yeah, the skeleton. There's a skeleton around here that I need to complete. Now see, when this game came out, I was thinking to myself like, oh, I should probably save it for a stream. I shouldn't start it just yet, but immediately worked against that because I'm like, no, fuck that. I've been waiting for this game for a while. I just want to play and enjoy it. And furthermore, I wanted to get into it without like the pressure of talking the whole time. I just wanted to enjoy it for what it was. And you know, I am really glad that I did. But I'm also really glad that I finally got time to stream it. Because games like this should be shown around a lot more. All the big AAAs always get like so much attention. Indie games need the attention. But you know what? I guess this counts as an indie game too, although it's very popular. I've been playing a lot of Hades lately, and I mean like a lot. That game is great. I love Hades. It's super fun. I got sort of bored of Hades way back when I first had it. Do I have any at all? Yeah, back when I first got Hades, I played it for a while and was like, man, this rocks, and like the music trade and all this, but I quickly became bored of it because I was going through like the same sections over and over and was just thinking like, man, this game's kind of samey. I don't know, I'm gonna put it down for now. The thing that made me come back to it was getting invested in the story. I didn't even realize how interesting the story could get the longer you play it. It's the sort of thing where, and I don't know how familiar any of you are with Hades or if you played it at all. It's a roguelite. You are a child of Hades that's trying to get out of the underworld or hell because you hate your dad and you don't want to be in hell anymore. So that's, you know, good reason. The thing is, though, every time you die, you just go to the underworld, like everybody that dies. So the idea of the roguelike is that you're not exactly dying. You just go all the way back down to the bottom and have to work your way back up. There are 4 sections, I guess? Yeah, there's 4 sections. With randomly generated level designs and monsters. I mean, they are based on certain aesthetics, and I think after a certain number of rooms, you then fight a boss at the end. But the thing that is so crazy about it is the seemingly unlimited amount of dialogue choices that come from each character. If you like storytelling, it's a great game. And the thing that really got me is like, okay, I really do, I love stories, I love storytelling, but I really hate reading a shit ton. I'm amazed how much goddamn voice acting there is in Hades. Not all of the lines, but most of the lines. In fact, I recently saw a video where a guy, one of the developers of the game, said that there was like 300,000 words in the script of Hades, and about maybe half to 3/4 of the 300,000 words were all voice acted, whereas the remaining was stuff that you would read in like menus or books or whatever. That's a lot. That's pretty damn crazy. And depending on what you do in the game, certain characters will say shit to you. Like, if you get upgrades from this one like Mirror, then a certain boss in the first level will berate you for using upgrades, and she'll be like, you know, oh, you wouldn't be able to beat me if you didn't have your dumbass upgrades. Then, if you die and go back to the menu for upgrades, you can turn all those upgrades off and put yourself back down to just your base skills. And if you do that, that boss will then be like, wait, you turned off all your upgrades. What the fuck? Are you trying to compete with me? And it's just like, who would ever think to do that outside of pure curiosity? But the fact that they put that shit in there is awful cool. And the game just kind of carries on like that. There will be side plots with characters. Like there's it's all based in Greek not philosophy. It's all based on Greek myth. So they do things like the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, to like a couple that were trying to escape the underworld. You can talk to both of them in different locations, and the more you talk to them, the more their subplot develops, and the more you try to help those two to reunite. But you can totally ignore those dudes and just play the game. Just like try to get out of Hades. You could talk to literally nobody at all. Just like run the whole way to the end every time. Play it like a total gamer and experience none of the story, and it wouldn't matter because you can either enjoy the gameplay or enjoy the story. I'm a story man though, so my attempts to go through hell are both just to see if I can get to the end, and I'm getting damn good at that game, so I'm almost to the end. But what keeps me from coming back is knowing that once I get back, I'm gonna have a bunch of dudes that I can talk to. So, hell yeah. And the shit that you get in hell can open up more opportunities for dialogue choices, dialogue chances. Like you can, hold on, can I make it? Can I? Yes. You can get these little things called, I think it's called nectar. Yeah, nectar. And with it sort of works like Stardew Valley, where you give people nectar, and then they'll be like, oh my god, what, for me? I go, oh, and then that will increase your friendship with them. Doing this unlocks more dialogue choices and more story about that character. So, hell yeah. The more, and you can only get these nectars in hell. You can buy nectars at a shop outside of hell, but you need to get shit from hell in order to sell it to the shop in order to get the nectar. So you see what I mean? You know, going into hell gives you things that help like advance the story outside of just trying to escape hell. Fuck me. And that's awesome. They just have so much shit. So much cool shit going on with Hades. It's so dense, even though there's only 4 levels, 4 bosses. And the main boss is like at the starting point. Like as soon as you die, you're in Hades' domain. So if you die to Hades, which spoiler, he is the final boss. If you die to him and then you just come back, he's not sitting in his chair because he just got done kicking your ass at the top of hell. So he's got to walk all the way back down to get to his seat again. It's great. It's great. As I'm looking at the chat room. I'll play Hades at some point. I really need to get Hades. I've heard so much praise about it. Does that inch-high puddle of water hurt you? Well, let me show you. Yeah, it does. It hurts. It hurts a lot. But I do it for you, so that because I know that you're coming into this stuff, so I just, it's sorry, I'm kind of congested. Yeah, I think it's in the lore of Tinykin that you're wearing like some kind of spacesuit, so if you get it wet, it just like self-destructs or something. On a cold winter, oh shit, I've almost fucking fell. Oh yeah, well, so this is just a costume. Hold on. This is the main outfit. He just looks like a space dude. An adorable little space dude with pink hair. But one of the unlockable costumes is called like Friendly, where it gives you antenna. I think the implication here is that you give yourself antenna so that the other bugs think that you are also a bug and it makes them comfortable. I do not think this is a game like Hades, though, where anybody is going to notice your outfit and be like, oh, antenna, you must be a bug, you know? But it's cute. It's cute. It's a nice outfit. You know who else did this was Rayman Legends. They'd have all those outfits that you'd get just by collecting lums. Real great. I'll totally admit, though, it's very cheap. It's a very cheap way to make your players play the game longer, but that kind of shit just works on me, so I don't care. I'll play the shit out of all these time trials, and then I'll wear my stupid costumes, and yeah, it's great. All right, suck my ass, suck my dick, touch my fingers, and don't speak to me again. Because we just had a very weird encounter. Wow. The universe is amazing. Great example right there. Did you see how I completely fell off the goddamn branch? But because of my wonderful hover mechanic, I could grab this and come straight back up? That's good. That's good. I can't tell you how many times I was playing a shit game like Klonoa. And the second I make one tiny mistake, I just die. It's almost like I hate that. I should, as a person that tries to tell people that I don't like hating Klonoa, I sure do talk shit about Klonoa a lot more than I should. I'll shut up about Klonoa until I play Klonoa 2. Klonoa 2 is good. I like it a lot. Play any point and clicks lately? Monkey Island got a new title. I heard about that. I like the art style of it. I never got into the Monkey Island series personally, but I think it's cool. As for point and clicks, not really, although last time my boyfriend was over, he had me play a little bit of Disco Elysium. Is anyone familiar with that game? That got a lot of praise, a lot of praise. And I get it. Again, it's sort of the same thing with Hades. Disco Elysium gives you a lot of clever little things that you can choose to do that unlock story stuff. Now, I've not nearly played enough of the game to really give it a good old analysis, but what little I've seen of it, it's cool. Maybe it's a game I should stream, or maybe it's a game I'll just play with my boyfriend. I don't know. But it's cool. It's cool. I like that game. Disco Elysium is probably the latest point and click game I've played. Have I played Deadhead Fred? I have not played Deadhead Fred, my friend. I've not played Deadhead Fred. I'm too busy sleeping in bed. Fun question for you. Who would win in a fight? Joker fused with Kingpin or Lex Luthor? You know what? I'm gonna give all I am going to give all the credit to Venom, because Kingpin and the Joker are just dudes. Just weirdo dudes. Kingpin's big, I guess, but Venom's like an alien. And Lex Luthor is like a weird genius. Whereas Kingpin is like a businessman, but that doesn't mean he's smart or anything. He just like collaborates with people. Lex Luthor is actually a genius, so yeah. It just hit me. SpongeBob Cosmic Shake comes out at the end of this month. Is that wait, Cosmic Shake? What is it? Oh wait, that's the latest SpongeBob game that's kind of like Battle for Bikini Bottom, right? And that Battle for Bikini Bottom game, I'm sorry, I was actually kind of disappointed in it, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry. I played a bit of it and was like, yeah, okay, this is okay. It definitely feels like a GameCube game, but I don't know. I wasn't really into it. I feel like nostalgia plays a big role in a game like Battle for Bikini Bottom. Growing up, I didn't play that game. I played SpongeBob the movie, the game, which is built kind of the same as Battle for Bikini Bottom, and I loved that game. And you know what? I go back to that game and I'm like, this game is great. I love this. This is amazing. And I say that in earnest. So I get it. I do. I wasn't too interested in Battle for Bikini Bottom specifically, though. I don't know. Maybe I need to give it another try, but it seemed fine. It's not like it was even bad, but it seemed fine. It seemed fine, you know. It's about as good as like The Hobbit for GameCube. But it's not quite as fun as like Super Mario Sunshine or other platformers of the like. It sure is interesting. And I like that, oh no. You know what? Here's probably the fairest I can be with this. It is, the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom game is about as good, if not a little bit better, than the Ed, Edd n Eddy video game. And I spoke highly of that game. But I think we can all agree, it's not amazing. Whoa! Higher than I wanted, but whatever. Yeah! This is what I mean about getting high, folks. Yeah, baby! SpongeBob movie game! Yeah, spiritual successor to Battle for Bikini Bottom. Yeah. I'll look into it. I may not buy it. Maybe if someone bought it for me, but yeah. No huge incentive to play it yet. Oh yeah, was that Nickelodeon Brawler any good? I know people were, I know some people were really getting into it. Peebs, he did a thing where he played it on his channel. Ooh. Almost to the top of that. We're almost to the top, but I want to get this pumping. I got it. Welcome to the Dratty streams where I whisper sweet nothings into your ear while playing video games. There's gotta be a million channels that do that, right? ASMR gaming, where they play video. That sounds like the most obvious shit in the world. I haven't looked it up, but that's got to be 100%. It's got to. It's just got to. And if it doesn't, get on that shit. Hey, Mario, what's up? I am playing this game. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I wanted to contact you later about scheduling I know scheduling can be a little sporadic for you, but I was going to ask when would be like a good time to try some more Sea of Thieves for a stream. You let me know, or like take your time. I know like scheduling can be weird, and I'm streaming right now, so I can't really plan, but yeah, just letting you know, putting it in your ear. And yeah, Tinykin, baby! This game is fucking fantastic. And I it's the type of game that I wish was longer, and that's very rare for me. Because I'm the type of person that's like, oh, don't make something too long because it's gonna become shit and I'm gonna get really bored of it. The Tinykin, when it ended, it shattered my heart. I was like, no, I wanted to play more. I wanted this to be so much longer. I want extra levels for Tinykin, or I want these developers to go on and make more awesome games because they're damn good at it. They made the challenge stages. Challenge stages were cool. Well done. Very awesome. I want these guys to keep making cool cool platformers. They got a good head on their shoulders and a very good eye for design. There's this one game, Demon Turf. It is not a bad game. I will not talk a lot of shit on that game because it is good, it is cool, and I think it deserves plenty of praise. But it's got a similar aesthetic to this, but it doesn't quite look as good. Like, this is... Tinykin looks gorgeous. I'll fully say that with confidence, but Demon Turf has like a little bit of jank to its design. I recommend both though, in spite of it. Demon Turf is cool. It's all about demons and shit. Very cool. And it's exclusively about platforming. Like, this is a platformer, yes, but you can't bounce off walls. Demon Turf is more like akin to a Mario 64. You can bounce off of walls, and that's like most of the gameplay. You know, getting up literal platforms, timing your jumps, momentum, all that stuff. Cool game. Cool game. But the designs, a little bland. I'll say that much. Free tomorrow, Thursday, and Saturday. Let's do tomorrow then. Let's do tomorrow. We will talk later, but I guess for now, yeah, let's do tomorrow. I should be fine. Once I'm off work though. Man, working freelance and a part-time job is weird because for freelance, I can just be like, for like scheduling, I can just be like, oh yeah, how about you and I stream at this time, and then the work I have to do, I can just stay up until like 4 in the morning and get all my work done. But when I work a part-time job, it's like I have to go to work from this hour to this hour. Still though, that's the whole thing. That's the grind. That's why I'm trying to work part-time, or that's why I'm trying to work full-time as an artist. I actually applied to Super Planet Dolan recently. It's highly competitive. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna hire me. Although, here's the deal: I'm a damn good artist, so they damn well should. No, but that may be the case. But also, did you guys know that I applied for a story to be featured on Super Planet Dolan? Like, they used to do storytime vids and they would take stories from the audience. Did you know that I submitted one to them and I did a voiceover and I made like this whole story for them and they were going to animate it, and they took it and they said, this is great. I remember the guy who specifically was there to check stories. He looked at mine and specifically said, this is hilarious. And I remember being really like, oh. But yeah, they were going to animate it. I gave them my character sheet for my my little cartoon Sona, and it was going to be made. Do you know what year that deal was started in? It was in 2019, November of 2019. And then 2020 happened. And then the video was canceled because most of the Planet Dolan staff, I guess, was in like panic mode because well, you all know the apocalypse happens. About a year into 2020, I sent them an email saying like, hey guys, I'm not like complaining or anything, obviously, but I'm just genuinely curious. Is my video canceled or like, what are you guys doing? And the guy was super nice. He responded like same day within like an hour or something. Really cool. And he just said like, yeah, things are crazy over here because of COVID, so we really don't know when it's gonna come out. And I was like, that's fine, that's cool. Good people, cool people. But I always think about that whenever I see Super Planet Dolan these days. What's the chat saying? Free tonight to chat. Oh well, tonight I'm gonna be vibing because I did when I stream I want to like vibe afterwards. Thank you though. Demon Turf, interestingly, was Nitro Rad's Game of the Year from 2021. It's a good game. To me, like, the jank kind of bothered me, especially after playing something like Tinykin, but it's not a bad game. It's good, yeah. Do I watch Salty DK? That is so goddamn familiar. Do I? Salty DK. Salty DK. You guys are lying to me. Salty DK isn't real. So you're trying to get me to say salty dick. That is not nice. Salty DK. This guy, yeah, no, I don't watch him. I know of him. I've seen him around. Is he cool? Nick All-Stars was fine. It just doesn't have the polish that Smasher Multiverse. Oh, so Multiverse is cool. I didn't know that. The next game is I'm probably going to buy is Solar Ash. Ever heard of it? No. What is it? 2020 feels like an expansion pack of 2021 for me. 2022 wasn't too bad, really. 2020 was terrible. Awful. Just bad. I was even working like a shitty job. Thank God I had a job, though. A lot of people were just in, oh, God, terrible situations. 2021 wasn't too bad, honestly. In fact, 2021, I think, was the year that I left my shitty job to start pursuing freelance full-time. So that wasn't too bad. And 2022, for me, was quite good, honestly. Things were really improving for the better in my life. I got about 2 hours in. The Minimalist... Oh, wait, are we talking about... Oh, Solar Ash. The Minimalist art is cool and gameplay is sold, but I think I wasn't a fan of the plot so far. It moves at a snail pace and doesn't feel like much is happening. Oh, what's my thoughts on Elon Musk? Well, hold on a sec. All right, he spent enough time on Signalius. Really nice gem of horror game. Gonna spend those 30 minutes here before hitting the bed. Sick. 2020 was good for you? Ah, nice. Right on. 2020 to me wasn't directly awful, but it was scary, you know, if that makes sense. Because, you know, all this shit was going down that I'm just like, geez. It was like stressful, you know? My thoughts on Elon Musk being a total weirdo. So let me take you back. Let me tell a little story here of how I once wrote an essay in college about my research on Mr. Elon Musk. I looked up a bunch of interviews and the professional history of Mr. Elon Musk over the past several years. Now, the tail end of this essay basically painted the dude as a decent guy. I was even impressed by how many cool things the guy did. I feel like when you're a big businessman, it's good to have a kind of humanitarian mindset in you. And that's what I really thought Elon Musk had. And you know what? He probably still does. If he does, though, he is absolutely wasting his money, his resources, his popularity, his everything on this petty shit that's going down on Twitter. He bought Twitter, he made a total ass of himself, and now he's doing damage control, trying to get his own site, which he does not know how to manage, under control. He's managed other companies in the past. Say what you will about certain companies in the past, but he seems to have managed those without making a public nuisance of himself, and those went off just fine. Maybe there were bad policies with PayPal or Tesla or SpaceX. Maybe he made terrible decisions there, or maybe he made good ones. But for the most part, things seem to have been running smoothly. Upon my research of SpaceX, it seems like they made a lot of pretty cool progress. They even launched a rocket. That's cool. PayPal, not bad. I still use it. I use that and Venmo, which I'm pretty sure they're both owned by the same company. But my point is, it seems like for a long time, Elon hasn't made like massive fuck-ups. And what feels like overnight, he has made so many fuck-ups that it makes me feel like an idiot for ever thinking that he was an intelligent person at all. And that really is a shame. I think he has the potential to come back from this, but the way you come back from this is you give Twitter to anybody else, and then you fucking disappear from the public for like 2 years. You just leave, and that is not what he is doing. So, yeah. What do I think of Elon? I think he's making a giant ass of himself. It's pretty embarrassing. Well, look, I'm not his dad. I don't know. He should really do something about that, you know? Good heavens. Yeah. That's my little Elon rant. I guess it's funny. It's one of those things that I can bring up with friends and they'll be like, Elon Musk is stupid. But that's really the extent of it. When I really think about it, it's just kind of sad, man. It's just a really like sad, kind of pathetic state of affairs. It's just acting like an idiot online, and then everyone's going, "What?" But hey, you know what? No, I got nothing. He just really needs to work his shit out. Maybe if he played Tinykin. Maybe if he played this game like at least once, he'd be like, you know what? I want to save the world again. I want to help people. I want to help these like tiny dudes. What if I was tiny? Twitter has made me think I'm big, but no, I'm tiny. Is there a... Like, what am I talking about? Yeah, there is a fetish for being tiny. There is 100%. There is 1,000. I know people that are into the fetish of being really tiny. What am I talking about? You got it, quick, give it to me. I'll deal with the toxins flittering, seething, and, I'll deal with the toxin filtering, sieving, and your reward, ta-da! That delicious floral bouquet. I hope it's not a trap. What? I should probably find a taser. What? For this kind of creation. Oh, a taster. Just in case. Oh, the guy who ran MySpace? What was his name? Josh? Or no, Tom. Tom? Hell yeah. Look, man, you know what though? You know what? Straight up. I think like it would be to Elon's benefit to stop running Twitter because he's doing a bad job of it, but controversial opinion. I want him to keep running Twitter until it becomes a gigantic shit show and everyone moves back to Tumblr. Because I use Tumblr and I like Tumblr and I love my Tumblr a hell of a lot more than I like my Twitter, and I want people to see the light. I want people to join me on Tumblr. We can all hold hands and then everybody can come back and talk about how Tumblr is a shitty website that they hate. Just like the good old days. I've never, ever, and I will not make this a rant because I've done it way too much, but I do not understand people when they hate Tumblr. Tumblr is a good site where I can post my art and not get restricted like fucking Twitter or fucking Instagram. No, Tumblr is an unrestricted site. It lets me post whatever the shit I want. It lets me post GIFs, pics, comics. Fuck! It's just like, so many other sites fuck that up so hard, and they're the popular ones, so I need to like adjust my art to their standards. It's so obnoxious. Anyway, end of rant, because I could go on forever, but I won't. The whole Neuralink thing with Elon, now I don't know about that. You respect what Elon's trying to do. Yeah, it's like, there's probably, I'm sure there's like good, I don't think Elon's like a monster exactly, but he's just doing it all wrong. And I think there's like a certain level of ego behind it. That's the thing. That's the thing about these people that are like in charge, is that they don't necessarily think that they're villains, but they just aren't thinking responsibly. Their ego holds them. Pride can fucking kill you. What's a Neuralink thing? I don't think AI itself should be a crime. Wait, what's this Neuralink thing? I'm completely lost. Tumblr kind of a mess for artists of dirty kind too. Tumblr's kind of a mess for artists of the dirty kind, to be fair. Yes, you're right. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on a sec. Get the fucking phone. All right, whatever. I can. All right, yeah, okay, it looks fine. The game is running in 60 FPS and my stream is in 30. So, I was about to say, why did none of you tell me to adjust the frame rate? But you literally can't. You can't bring the frame rate down. It's fine. Tumblr banned Rule 34. They did. You can still find porn on that website, but those sites aren't like popular. It's the type of site that'll probably be shut down in a couple months, so, you know, save it to your computer if you want to do that. The thing is, though, they did change policy recently. So on Tumblr, you can show bare-chestedness, but you can't show porn. So you can show dudes like, or I guess it'd be ladies. You can show ladies' breastises and penors. That much is fine. The thing is, though, it's not a porn site, and they don't want it to be, so if anyone's, like, doing it, if you see wienors going into boginas, they're gonna ban you, or they're gonna delete the picture at the very least. But here's the deal. There's certainly a discussion to be had about, like, oh, why can't they post Rule 34 when Reddit literally has a subreddit dedicated to porn? Sure, yeah, that's a very valid point. My only thing is, that policy is at least better than what they had before. I'm sure some of you maybe remember the male presenting nipples controversy, where, how the fuck do I get in there? Wait, hold on. Crack! Do you see this, like, oh, whoa! Oh, I'm floating on nothing! Oh, sugo! Oh, psycho! Oh! Yes. Yeah, if you guys remember the good old days of male presenting nipples, as soon as, they started banning Rule 34 on Tumblr, they made some, like, epic backtracks to try and clarify what is allowed. Because they used, as far as I can tell, and I could be, like, missing important stuff here. If one of you knows better than I, let me know. But it seems like they were using, like, an AI, and probably still do, to detect when someone posted, like, a porn picture. And what they used was detecting nipples. So if someone posted art with anything in the picture that kind of looked like nipples, it would get banned. And if enough pictures were deleted, then the channel would get deleted too. So overnight, a bunch of people just lost all of their shit on their not safe for work channel, and then it was deleted. And everyone was pissed. So they made a new policy, Tumblr made a new policy, where they said, okay, certain nipples are fine, but they gotta be male presenting nipples. Which I guess means that if there are nipples on screen, they gotta be lady nipples. Which just raises even more questions. After that little tidbit, people started photoshopping male nipples onto naked lady pictures and seeing if the AI deletes them. It just became a giant shit show. And at this point, that is not the case anymore. Which is a good thing, you know. It's kind of a dumb idea to begin with. But it seems like Tumblr is still steadfast in not having porn. Which is, You know, people are really not into that. People would rather that was not the case. And I kind of agree, and I feel like some people would be more keen to go back to Tumblr if they did put porn in it. But you can at least put nude people in it, so I don't know. I say it's still worth it. As for art, though, if you just like making art, oh my god, it's great. You can format things normally. You can just upload a video if you want. You can upload, like, multiple videos, but they need to be, like, linked to YouTube. You can upload one from your computer, and then you can upload up to 10 linked videos. So, like, upload it to YouTube, take the link, put it on Tumblr. There you go. Multiple videos. And that's, and yeah. So there you go. That's why Tumblr's the best, and I'm right, and, yeah.
You're in league with them, aren't you? You'll never stop me. Prepare yourself.
Were you going to fight me, or?
The shadow creatures watch all that we do, laugh at our infighting. Life in the house is nothing but a farce, and it is high time someone uncovered the secrets.
Are you ever gonna fight? Oh, you're wearing a tinfoil hat. Aww. That's adorable.
I am not adorable!
I've never used Tumblr in my life. I mean, hey, I love it. I think it's cool.
The funnel is vital in order to get the machine working. Trishul is at the end of this tunnel. Let's go.
Let's go. It's me, Mario. Okie dokie. Mamma mia. Off topic, but has anyone watched any? Oh wait. They brought it back under the condition of as long as it's not absolutely raunchy. Yeah. As if I wanted to look at asses and tits, I'd just watch anime. I suppose. Off topic, but has anyone been watching any good anime recently? My Hero Academia. Mob Psycho recently ended, and it was great. Holy shit, I loved it. I've been watching two amazingly funny anime. One is Uncle from Another World, and the other I'll Save for Tomorrow because explaining is hard. Have I played South Park: The Stick of Truth? Yeah, I beat South Park: The Stick of Truth when it came out. I liked it. The combat was like Paper Mario, and I liked it. You've been watching Spy X Family, really liking it. I need to watch that. I was told by my friend Love that it was great, and he even said, oh, you should make a blind dub of it. I think it has a lot of potential. So I've been meaning to watch it, but I still haven't. Oh, Cyberpunk Edge Runner. Yeah, I got like 2 or 3 episodes in. Cool looking anime, way cool. Well, I'll get into it in a sec.
That was more complicated than expected. Nice work, Milodane.
Yay!
We've added a new component on the Great Ardwin's machine. I have no idea how to get our hands on this next one. The Scissors of the City of Balnier, only granted to the most worthy of citizens. Balnier can be reached through a trapdoor in Falonia. Let's go!
Anya is amazing to watch. Ooh, what's Anya? Finished JoJo Stone Ocean like 2 weeks ago. Hell yeah. Well, yeah. What I was gonna say about Cyberpunk is that it's It's been fun to watch. I'm not super in to the story yet, but one thing I noticed is the dialogue is really, really corny. Like, they have a lot of dorky sci-fi shit that they say. Like, you know, okay, yeah, they say, like, yeah, we're the edge runners, for one thing. But they'll... I wish I could remember more of it, but they basically say things like, you know, oh, you gotta hack in, and like to call you stupid would be some stupid shit like, you know, man, are you glitched? And shit like that. It's really, really dopey, and I think the longer I get into it, I'll adjust. But my first couple of viewings, I'm like, man, this is so cornball. Also, it's the type of anime that has a lot of like fucks and shits just thrown around that I usually don't vibe with too much. Thing is though, the actors are quite good and they sell it really well. So I think it's something I'm gonna get used to.
Are you sure we did the right thing? I don't know. Not really. I must protect my constituents' sleep no matter the cost, even if my soul be forfeit. It was really mean though. Good thing we're incognito. Without the objects we hid, the party is over, and we should have peace for a time. Let's go home and rest.
You piece of shit. What did you hide? Spike's family, I've been hearing more about it. Funny enough, I read the manga when it first came out. It's basically a spy needs to meet, or a spy adopts a little girl, and then pretends to marry this woman, for their own, who I believe is also some kind of like assassin or spy or whatever. It's sort of, you know what's weird? It's kind of like that one movie, which I can't remember. Well, never mind. So all these like dangerous people just come together one day for their own like personal selfish needs, and over the course of the story just come to love each other as a genuine family. It's funny in a sort of violent, dark sort of way. Like the child is some kind of like weird super genius. The father is kind of like the titular main character, and he's like a weird stone-faced assassin spy type. And the mom, I never got to her in the manga, but I think she's a bit of the same. Like, she's a sexy woman that can murder you, and a lot of people that are into that shit will be like, oh, mommy, step on me, and stuff like that, which is cool. But I didn't get to her yet. I read like a little bit of the manga, and then the show came out and was like, oh shit, this took off. I did the same thing with Chainsaw Man as well. I read like the first 3 chapters, and then it became an anime, and I was like, oh, damn, okay. I need to keep up with the manga. The pacifier? What are we talking about? Is that the name of the woman? Is she called the pacifier? Oh, no, is that the name of the child? Is she called the pacifier? I don't remember any of their names.
Master Mylodin, welcome. I'm the mayor of the Dung Beetle Pit.
Oh, ew.
I learned that you were in Balnia for our component. I would like to hand it over to you right now, but I made a big mistake, and I need your help. We have neighbors, the silverfish, who live on the other side of the wall. They have a temperament that is very different from ours. They like to party, to make noise, to splash. Last night, their antics kept my constituents up all night and almost flooded the place. With no other choice, I had to order the sabotage of the festivities to restore calm. Unfortunately, since then, the silverfish have been uncooperative. They're done with us, and I think they even borrowed the scissors of the city as revenge. Oh, Master Mylodin, I beg of you to help me make up for my mistake. There's a ventilation shaft just up there that leads to their atrium. My assistant Clorox should be in the process of negotiating with them. Could you join her?
I really thought that was gonna be like a cock joke, and I do not know why they'd put that in an adorable game like this. I have no Tinykin. I have no friends.
I don't need him.
I don't need any friends. Don't even need him. Hey! Whoa! Oh wait, is that a new one I spy? Wait, is that a new one I spy? Blue, blue, baby! Oh, the pacifiers have been Diesel movie. Lloyd, Anya, Yor. Oh, that's all their names, right? Yeah, people are really, really horny for Anya, I guess? No, Yor. Yeah, people, she's like kind of the new waifu. There's quite a few waifus lately. There's like 2 of them from Chainsaw Man. There's quite a few Dommy mommies as of late. I have never really been into like the Dommy types when it comes to waifus. I get it, you know, I respect their decision to be stepped on. It's, you know, it's chill. But it was never really my thing. Oop. Come here. What the fuck? That Chainsaw Man, though. I really do need to watch that one. I avoided it for a little bit because my time reading the manga, I was a little put off by the opening. It seemed a little too like glower and weird for me that I was like, I don't know if this will last. But the fact that it was adapted into an anime, well, okay, so this is gonna make me sound like a dick, but when I first read the manga, I thought, okay, this is kind of a weird anime, or this is a weird story that's probably for more artsy types. And the fact that it's so like grimdark means that it'll probably appeal to an audience that isn't me. And that's fine. Art isn't for everyone, you know? Sometimes you experience some really like grim art and it makes you think. That's how it works. That's fine. It's not a criticism. But I figured it wouldn't appeal to me. Then it became an anime. The fact that it became an anime that's beloved by the mainstream makes me think, okay, it's not that dark. It can't be. It can't be that dark and weird if the mainstream is like, oh my god, I love the Chainsaw Man. I remember like hearing a child out in public talk about Chainsaw Man, and I was like, okay, it can't be that weird then, surely. But yeah, that is me showing my hipster, unfortunately, when I say shit like the mainstream. But it really is true. Extremely popular animes tend to be appealing to lots of people, and that's not a bad thing at all. But it does indicate that it's probably not going to be especially artsy-fartsy or weird. I don't know, though. You know what? This is all just speculation based on my experiences. Have any of you seen Chainsaw Man yet? Is it worth it? It's like Corpse Bride and Sally from Tim Burton style. It's more cute than anything. Wait, are we talking about Chainsaw Man still? are we talking about the pacifier? Jason! The pacifier, Vin Diesel. The one thing I know about Vin Diesel. No, you know what? I have two whole things I know about Vin Diesel. That he plays D&D and that he's got video games based on his OC. So that's pretty badass, and I'm happy for him. Also, that Vin Diesel was in like a funny interview where he kept talking about how the lady interviewing him was like beautiful, and he just would not drop the subject. That was pretty funny. I don't remember what the context for it was, and I guess he just got, for some reason, caught up in his emotions that he didn't even realize he was being cringe. But I often think about that. So you know what? Never mind. I have three whole things that I think about that I can relate to Vin Diesel. The intro to Chainsaw Man is actually a mix of movie references over a song. Oh, you mean like the opening theme? Okay. I can recommend Uncle from Another World intro, by the way. It's nothing but Sega Genesis. Oh, I know what that is. My brother watched it. Yeah. Yeah, he highly recommended it. Oh, I'll get into it. All right, folks, got a dip. Bye. Bye, Wub. I'll probably call it in a little bit. It's been about... I'm about to meet my... Oh, no, I have met my, my 2-hour quota. Yeah. Probably call it in a little bit. Do I have anything else I want to talk about? I'm gonna be doing more. I'm gonna force myself. I'm trying to force myself to stream more because I think it's good for my channel's like analytics to stream a little more, and I don't mind it either. I'm gonna try streaming more in the morning when I first wake up. Some more of those like quiet kind of ASMR-y type streams where I'm just like doing work. Just so that I have a couple more streams under my belt. I like the idea of putting in more content like that on my channel. And I like streaming when I'm working on art because it helps me to focus. Kind of wakes me up in the morning. Also feels good if people show up to those too, because I'll get to converse with people in the morning before heading off to work. I often don't talk with many people. Me and my roommate have like kind of different schedules. So at that point, he's probably sleeping. I think he might be sleeping right now. My streams are entertaining. Thank you. Appreciate it, Frederick. Thank you. One of these days, I'm gonna get a fucking capture card and finally stream some console game. You know how fucking long I've been waiting to stream God of War? Like the new God of War? Jesus. You know how fucking long it's been since I wanted to stream like some Wii games? Jesus. Ugh. My other capture card broke because it sucks. Anyway. Massive COVID outbreak in the studio caused a majority of the episodes to Uncle from Another World to get hit with airing delays. Ooh. I mean, hey, that's just a tragedy, you know? COVID hits a lot of media, really. People make it work, though. The development of Resident Evil 8 was stopped by COVID delays. In fact, I think that affected some of the English voice acting, where people couldn't make it into booths to record, so they had to do, like, at-home recording. I mean, hey, look, once again, that level of jank in Resident Evil 8, I liked. I thought it was good. Can I make it? Wait, how am I capturing PC footage? Is it not through a capture card? No, it's just through OBS. So I have, so OBS has a function where it can just capture my screen on my computer and then pull it up on OBS, and then that's OBS. For capturing console footage, though, I need to use a proprietary card in order to sync the data to OBS and into like a format that it can actually display in OBS. Things like Elgato do that just fine, and I had an Elgato card, but it just straight up doesn't work. I think I even did a stream one time where it fucked up, and I was like, oh god, what do I do? How do I set things up? Oh god. Lately, when my stream fucks up, I think back to Caddy's video about how he makes videos, and his little section where he talked about streaming, where he's like, every time I stream, it just breaks. Like every second, it's always breaking all the time. And I'm like, oh, thank God it's not only me. Look into OBS, it's great. If you want to capture footage at all and don't even want to stream, just use OBS. It's awesome. I use it to capture tons of things. It should stream Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Wii. It's a masterpiece. Shattered Memories legit is pretty good, and it has a great story and a really, really lame gameplay loop. Say what you will, like maybe you love it, but that gameplay loop in Shattered Memories is goddamn boring. It is just walking. Just walking, and then occasionally a monster gives you a little cuddle and you throw them off. Oh wait, High School DxD? Oh god. High School DxD. High School DxD makes me feel funny in my pee-pee. I remember when that shit came out. That shit came out when I was still in high school, and I had a friend who was like, dude, there's this anime. It's the best thing in the whole fucking world. And I'm like, yeah, is it? Yeah, you gotta watch it. Oh god. He was like really, really excited about it. And I watched it and I was like, you know, I was in high school, horny boy, and I was like, yeah, this seems like a cool anime, but I don't want to watch it with you. I don't want to sit down and hold hands while we watch High School DxD. It's a horny ass anime, my guy. This is the type of thing I would be ashamed to watch and tell people that I watch. There's also people to this day that talk about High School DxD as like, it's actually quite amazing and very intelligent and blah blah blah. I think it's mostly just a fun, trashy anime, and I don't think there's a problem with that. You get a call on night, see you next stream. Yep, later, dude. Or be a distinguished pleb like me and just stream to Twitch directly off my PS5 with a PS1. No! I will do it my way, because I have this microphone that I love, and I will not get rid of. I know that I can do that, though. I really don't want to mingle with it, though. By the way, peace, Bozo. I hate that I used to like DxD in my younger years. I mean, it was... You can like trashy shows. I mean, be ashamed if you like. There's a lot of like trash shows that I watched unapologetically. But I won't say that they're great or recommend them to people. I love the concept and the powers and world building, but the overwhelming amount of smut is just ruins everything. Yeah, I feel like their goal was, let's make a really smutty, like, action anime. And then they got super invested and they had, I guess, a big budget to go into it, so they went all in, made the most of it, but it doesn't separate the fact that at its core, it's meant to be a trashy titty anime. I want to watch Naruto and Boku no Pico. I want to watch one of those things. I am just curious enough to want to investigate Boku no Pico. I know what it is. I do. I know what it is, but I've never seen it. Do not know if it's as bad as people say. The thing is, though, I have seen some horrifying hentai. Hentai runs the gambit between, like, horniness and actual psychological horror. It's amazing, that line that gets drawn.
Perfect, I knew those little zappy fellows could help us. Clorox should be through this passageway. Let's hope you can find some way to help her. We can't leave these poor people to suffer. Also, we really need those scissors of the city.
Wait, but I got a letter. I just got a letter. I just got a letter, and I wonder who it's from. Not really a fan of DxD. Yeah, I get that. It tastes like mainstream dark web stuff at times. Yeah. There's this one hentai. It's called like Metamorphosis or some shit. And I bring it up all the time because it's like a very popular hentai. It's not a video or anything, it's a hentai manga. Doujinshi, I think it's called. And the story, without like, going into like all the nitty gritty scary details, the story is just about a nerdy girl that gets like a haircut and takes her glasses off and suddenly becomes popular. And then her life just becomes hell. Like, she gets super manipulated by the popular girls, gets convinced to hang out with some like rough dudes that manipulate her too. And she's so naive that she just kind of runs along with all of this. She gets horribly addicted to drugs. She gets involved in like a scary prostitution ring or something, and it just gets fucking awful. It's just the worst thing on earth. But it was, I will admit, fascinating to read in a terrible way. That's what I was saying about Chainsaw Man earlier, is that there is art that will be disgusting, awful, all that terrible, gross shit, but it has a certain effect on you that other things don't. And that's what kind of makes it art, and that's what kind of makes it necessary, good even. It pulls these feelings out of you, and you remember them forever. I read Metamorphosis, I didn't even finish it. I don't know what the ending is, but I read Metamorphosis probably maybe 5 years ago, and only once. I read it only once, but it's stuck in my mind, and it will never leave me, ever. And that's kind of cool. That's kind of neat, the fact that it could do that. But it was also supposed to be a hentai. Most of the story was people having sex, but the context of it was dreadful. It was awful. It was such a bad story that was just depressing the whole way through. And that was kind of fascinating. Like, I don't know. There was something weirdly compelling about it. It was also like a cautionary tale. I get very, maybe it doesn't always show, but I'm very I'm very the protective type. So when I see a story of like a naive girl falling into an actual like nightmarish hell on earth where people are just like lying to her and stuff, I get so protective and I'm like, no! And the drama just means like so much to me. So yeah, I haven't looked at chat in a while. It's a smut that ruins it. There's good characters and decent arcs and well thought out powers, but there's just too much of a focus on boobs and nudity. And this is coming from me, a guy who reads the light novels to get more out of the series and looking back on it. Yeah, no, longer in the fandom. Horny means the art is really, really good at making your brain think. I didn't say that. I didn't say the horny part was what got you in. The horrifying parts are what stick in your mind. I mean, I guess the horny parts can too. Maybe there's a thing that gets you so horny that you never forget about it. You'll sit down with a therapist and be like, Doctor, I saw a boobie and I'm never gonna forget it. And then they'll be like, me too, bro. I don't know what that was. That was like the moment where the credits roll. And you know what? I think the credits are gonna roll here. That's the end of the stream. I'm a bit tired. I'm a bit burnt out. And it's getting close to dinner time, so I think I want to cook something. Whew. Thank you all for watching. You guys are cool. Peace. Love you guys. You are the best. I'm really glad I'm streaming again too. So take care, y'all.